now. Oof, good grief. A little difficult setting it up here. But this is only my second time going live, so hopefully this one is going to show up better than the last time. Yeah, I had it vertical orientation, so this time we're trying to do horizontal, see if that gives a better picture. And today I thought what I would do is just kind of, I just kind of want to get the new kill team. I want to get the models for the Space Marines assembled. So I thought it would just be a good time to just kind of hang out and get these guys done. Sorry, the camera arm is being a little shaky. Hopefully that stops. All right, I think we're all right. So yeah, I wanted to get these guys started and see what we can do with them. Oh, hey, Diesel Man, thanks for dropping in. It's good to see you. So yeah, I got all of the Plague Marines assembled now. As you can see in one of my videos, I got the one painted up, and I think I'm going to do the Sorcerer one. I think I'm going to do a video for painting him up as well. Just because he's a little bit different. I mean, the majority of painting him will be the same, but since he has some of the energy coming off of him, I thought maybe it'd be cool. People would like to see that one as well. And so far that's been one of my best videos doing the Plague Marine. So I figured, hey, might as well keep going with it, right? And I had somebody comment on that video about painting up the Space Marines as well. And that's why I thought, hey, maybe I'll start working on these guys, get them started. But the only thing is, I don't think that I don't think that I'm going to paint these as Ultramarines. I'm thinking about doing them as Flesh Tearers. And that's what I wanted to check the sprues after I made that decision. I hurried up and checked the sprues to make sure that, they don't force you. I didn't know if any of the shoulder pads or any of the armor had like Ultramarine icons on them, because that would have kind of put a damper on things. But I didn't see anything, so I think I'm going to be able to make them into Flesh Tearers, if I want. So I'm kind of really looking forward to that. I ordered some emblems for them, or the decals rather. I ordered some of those on Etsy the other day. So I'm hoping that they come in maybe sometime this week. I mean, I'm not in a super hurry. I have plenty of other stuff to paint up. But it seems like with YouTube, you kind of have to jump on what's hot at the time. And I know right now the new Kill Team, it just came out, so everybody's looking for painting tutorials or just to talk about the new miniatures and such. So hey Chuck, how's it going? It's good to see you. You can tell me, you can give me some advice on my live streaming, how I'm doing. But yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad to paint over this blue. I mean, if you wanted Ultramarines, at least they make them blue for you right off the start. But I think I'm gonna prime them. Uh, Maybe I'll prime them black since the Flesh Tearers half of their armor is black. So I guess I could prime them black, and then the red for their armor is actually pretty dark too. I guess that would make sense. But yeah, as I was saying, to get the decals for some of the chapters is it can be a real nightmare. They can just be tough to find, you know. I have I did an army of well, a small army, but I have a small army of Raven Guard, and even for them, I had a tough time finding decals. I mean, luckily, the Leviathan set came with some Raven Guard decals, so that was pretty handy. But to get extra ones, I went on eBay. Had to pay a good little price just for a few decals. Yeah, this is kind of what I do. Is just I use my clippers to get them off of the sprues. And if you don't have a pair, I highly recommend getting some snips like these. You can get really close to it, and it's going to eliminate a lot of the sprue from hanging on there. Or if you're trying to twist them off, you're going to end up with big holes in your miniatures. So definitely getting these clips they've actually really been handy. I used to use like fingernail clippers, like a big pair of those, but these are a ton better. Highly recommend. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to try out painting a new chapter like the Flesh Tearers. It's kind of funny, you know. I like Blood Angels, and I know that the Flesh Tearers are a successor chapter of them, but sometimes painting red, sometimes I struggle with painting red on some of my miniatures. It can be kind of annoying. Sometimes red just doesn't want to cover as good as what it should, even using a darker red. It's kind of weird, but to have some red armored space marines running around, I mean, they really pop. It looks great. I thought about doing salamanders. Salamanders are one of my favorite chapters, uh, but a lot of them a lot of them are, I hate painting the flames on them, and I know a lot of their icons deal with the flames. Chuck, did you see that new Mythic Legions miniature game announced? No, I didn't. That would be kind of awesome. I didn't see that. Do they show any of the miniatures yet, or are they going to make it like a skirmish game, I assume? Absolutely, yeah, at Allegiance Con. It's a skirmish game with Oh, dang. That might actually be pretty cool. I'd like to check that out. I don't Is there any information online for it or not? Or was it just something that they said at Legion's Con? And I want to tell you guys what, I know Chuckaluck, and he does some amazing effects for action figures, specifically, mostly focusing on mythic legions, but also for any kind of kaiju, especially Godzilla, like SH Monster Arts, Haya Toys, anything like that. But if you need some like breath effects, weapon effects, spell effects, you should really check him out. He is on Instagram under Chucky's Geek Spot. I highly recommend you check him out. He makes some fantastic effects. I mean, it's amazing what this guy can do. So if you need any kind of effects, I mean, definitely check him out. Reach out to him, uh, and he will hook you up. They let people play it. There's info on the thanks for the plug. Oh, oh, I gotta check out the site, man. And no worries about the plug. I mean, your work is fantastic, so I definitely stand by that. I'll have to check out their site. I mean, that's cool if they're coming out with a miniature game. They make great action figures. So I would assume that they would put the same level of quality into miniatures. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. One thing I really well, mm, I'm not going to snap these guys together totally, because if I do end up doing them as well, if I do end up doing them as flesh tears, I'm looking at a reference picture right now actually for flesh tears. Oh yeah, Chuck, absolutely game nights. Um, looking at a reference picture for flesh tears, and if I do decide to do them, their their helmets, their upper, well, no, it's just their helmets, the backpack, and the shoulder pads are black, and the rest of them are red. So what I'll probably do is actually pull these guys apart uh, and paint the parts separately, kind of like I did for the Plague Marines. Makes it a lot easier. But I do want to just kind of push them together for right now so that they're ready to go. And I'll probably wait until I get the decals before I start painting them. That way, when I start painting them, I can put the decals all on and get them all in one go. That is one thing about these Kill Team. I do like that you can kind of take them apart. You don't have to glue them. I mean, well, with the Plague Marines, when I put them together and stuff, they stuck well for me. I don't feel like I need to glue them at all. I'm sure over time, maybe parts will loosen up. Yeah, look at that. Space Marines are so cool. I mean, geez. And I think the majority of these, like my Plague Marines, I'm probably going to do the helmeted heads. I like them the most. These Hades, man, these guys actually just kind of snap together. Usually they come on sprues like this, and then you have to super glue them all together. You'll have to, all the weapons are separate, the hands, the helmets, everything like that, and you got to super glue them all together. But these ones in this box are actually just snapped together. So, you can just plug them or push them in the plugs and all the parts stay, but then you can easily remove them too for painting, which is fantastic. I mean, when you're done painting with them, you could glue them all together. But I mean, I probably won't glue them unless something's super wiggly or loose on them. But I like the painting process. You can kind of just get into your zone. But also the assembly parts like this, taking them off the sprues, I kind of enjoy the, it's just kind of mindless work. You can put a podcast or some videos on in the background and just kind of, zone out for a while. Very therapeutic. And I gotta say, in this kit here, I find that the mold lines are really nice. The mold lines aren't too bad, I guess I should say. They're very easy to clean up. Nothing's worse than getting a model where there's these huge mold lines on them. You have to do a lot of trimming, a lot of repairs on them. But I gotta say, in this kit, I think that they did a good job of not getting the mold lines on everything. And what I hate the most though is getting a miniature where they have a big smooth area. Like sometimes like the head, like a helmet, something smooth, a shield, a breastplate, something like that, and it's got the big mold line going down the middle. It makes it terrible to try to just terrible to try to clean those up sometimes. Been enjoying some painting too while recovering. Oh, yeah, I agree. I think with painting, and I'm sure with your crafting too, you just get in that zone and time flies by. You can spend an easy couple of hours. You're just moving right along, especially when things are flowing right. And for the most part with these, I mean, I'm just using my X-Acto knife to just scrape them, and it smooths them right out. And if you're kind of new to cleaning them up, just make sure your blade's sharp. That's probably the first most important thing. And when you're cleaning them, just kind of scrape them. You don't want to dig it off. You don't want to cut it off very often. I mean, sometimes you do, like right there, I had to kind of cut it a little bit, but really just kind of scraping it off, you're not going to damage it. Just be careful you don't take no big chunks out, because you got to get some green stuff to fix it. Some milliput. I've used Carbondo, but if I can help it, I'd much rather not have to repair them. It's actually been it's been great recently. I was kind of for the last few years just doing nothing but commissions for other people. I mean, the money's nice, it helps pay for my models and such. But at the same time, I'm not able to paint up anything for me. And you always just kind of have it hanging over your head, like, oh, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. That takes some of the fun out of it. But then also you paint something up and it looks fantastic. And you have to give it to the person that, that owns it. It's always kind of a bummer, especially when they come out like super cool. Like, oh man, I'd like to have this sitting on my shelf. And a couple of times I've actually bought the same thing that, I was paid to paint at one time. But then painting it twice just isn't the same. Sometimes I can do it and it's not bad. But then other times after I've painted up the whole army or game, I was painting a lot of board games for this one guy. And that's fine and all, but then whenever I would get it for myself, it's like I didn't feel like painting it up. Dieselman, playing video games is therapeutic to me as well after. Oh, yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm actually, I love video games. Like, don't get me wrong, I love video games. Mostly recently, I mean, I was playing a lot of like Dark Souls games, Sekiro, and such. I just got the Space Marine 2 game because I love the original one on Xbox. I mean, I loved it. It's just, going around stomping orcs. It was just such a good time. And I got the second one, but I've only played like the first mission or so. It kind of stinks because I see all these great reviews and people love it. But I haven't sat down and actually played it as much as I've wanted to. And then, I'm trying to get this channel to grow some. So I've been trying to make content for that. And that's been taking up some of my time lately. But, it's fine. I'll get to it eventually. Yeah, and I should have mentioned this earlier, but for anybody on the stream, you should check out Dieselman's his channel. He plays some cool games on there. So I recommend like checking out his videos, his streams. I recently subscribed to him and I've been enjoying his content, so I highly recommend. And actually, since I started this channel and such, I've actually met some pretty cool people so far. It's like us small creators, we help support each other, and everybody's been super cool so far. It's nice. I mean, usually if they sub to me, I sub to them, or vice versa, and it's just really cool. We usually comment on each other's games or comment on each other's videos and such, help promote each other. It seems like a cool community. And I mean, I just started this and I'm super new to it, but it's been fun. And I've been having a good time with it so far. I hope that it continues, where I don't burn out or give up on it. But so far, I mean, I've been having a good time with it. And it seems, the reviews on, or the comments rather, on my videos have been positive. So it seems like people enjoy watching them, at least some part of them. I've been painting a lot of Heroscape miniatures, which I love painting those miniatures. They're so fun. I think because they're all individual, or like they're not like painting Warhammer, where it's all, you're painting up these huge squads and all the miniatures are basically the same. They're also different. Each miniature is its own character. So I've actually been having a lot of fun painting those up. And they're easy to paint. Like, they're not super complicated or anything, but they're still good sculpts. So I recommend checking them out for sure. Yeah, I'm eager to get these guys painted up, though. I can't wait to see what they look like. As I said, Space Marines are cool anyway, but then to get like a squad of them finished, or a small army or anything, I mean, they look awesome. I'm a huge nerd for the lore and everything of 40K. Been reading the last few books of the Horus Heresy, Siege of Terra, and that's been a lot of fun. Well, actually, I guess I shouldn't say I've been reading them. I've been getting them on Audible, and while I'm working out or driving somewhere, I can listen to it, and that's been pretty fun. But as you may know, I mean, if you ever read 40K books, some are good, some are bad. I wish that they spent a little more time on some of the major characters, like the Primarchs. Like some of their books, it'll be about the Primarchs, but they're almost like a minor character in there. Hey, we'll see you later, Dieselman. Sorry, I gotta shed my sweatshirt here. It's getting warm in here by the lights. But as I was saying with the books, I enjoy them, but sometimes I get a little annoyed whenever it's a major character that I want to learn more about, and they treat him as a minor character. Like, it kind of stinks. Sorry, I had to shut the door there. Uh, but yeah, it's good to see that they're kind of wrapping up the Horus Heresy. So those books were kind of going on forever. I read a lot of them at the beginning, especially. I read tons of them, but even me, I mean, there were so many of them coming out that I couldn't keep track of them all. But I definitely wanted to read the End in the Death series. Trying to figure out how that arm goes on. Arm goes on, and then I'm assuming the shoulder pad will go over top of it. I think. Oh. Yeah, that's my bad. The shoulder pad goes on first, it looks like. Yeah, there we go. Oof. All right, let's do it up this way. Ooh, this thing's being almost there. Woo. kind of being a beast to get on there. There we go. Number 2. I think maybe I'll work on maybe one more. See if we can get this one finished up. Looks like this one here has a chain blade with them, which, I mean, how cool is that? A chainsaw sword. I also have a Tyranid army that I painted up, and I'm one of those guys. I heard another creator say it too, that he can't play with unpainted miniatures, and I kind of feel the same way. I'll buy a game or buy armies or miniatures or a squad, and it's like I can't bring myself to play with them until I get them painted up. Like it's something, some kind of mental block, that I need to see them all painted up and ready to go before I can actually put them on the table. Yeah, I was pretty excited today. I had my first short. Well, the last time I checked, I was at 998 views. So I'm assuming that it's going to get to 1,000 views. So I'm actually pretty psyched up about that, I actually have my first short that's going to hit 1,000 views. Usually they get to 400 or 500 and they'll kind of stall out there. But to actually have one jump up to 1,000 right off the bat, within a day, it kind of blows me away. It's like, hey, maybe I'm doing something right with this whole thing. But again, that was with, giving advice on how to make your miniatures dirty. And yeah, thanks. And actually, YouTube, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but on YouTube, they actually do have achievements that they unlock as you go. Whenever you get 50 subscribers, they give you a little trophy. I think whenever you get 10,000 views, they'll give you a little trophy. So it's kind of cool. And YouTube anymore, it's like they're really pushing these shorts, which I don't mind making them. I mean, they're super easy to make. You can crank one out in a couple of minutes. But I don't know. I like the longer videos and such. But as I said, if you're just kind of in a pinch and you need to do some quick content, a short is the way to go because it's just so easy to crank them out. And I guess, people nowadays, they, especially with TikTok and such, even on Facebook, they like watching the shorts and they'll just kind of scroll. They'll just kind of keep scrolling through the shorts. But I've actually picked up a number of subscribers from the shorts. So, whatever. Hey, whatever works, right? Oh, but to go back to one thing I was talking about, though, was salamanders being one of my favorite favorite chapters of Space Marines. I'd love to do them, but I'm just afraid of having to paint all of the flames. I'm not the best at painting flames, and a lot of their armor and such, shoulder pads have flames on them. Sometimes their legs have the shoulder or have flames painted, or tanks and such like that, and I just don't know if I want to commit to that. If I can, I'd rather put the decals on, especially for those. I'm not big into freehanding icons and symbols and such. I mean, I can do a tiny bit, but I'm not good enough to make them look like they should. So that's one reason that I chose the Flesh Tearers. I think that they're kind of a cool chapter. I like the colors on them. Imperial Fist would be neat to do, but forget. I mean, with all the yellow, forget it. I'm not doing yellow. I hate painting yellow. It looks fantastic when it's done, but that's one color I struggle with. And as I said, for the Ultramarines, I mean, I like Ultramarines. I think they're a cool chapter, but they're not my favorite. And I figure if I'm gonna paint these up, I want them to be one of my favorite chapters. I mean, as I said, I like them, but I don't know. I just think I would enjoy the Flesh Tearers more. I always thought about just painting them as Raven Guard since I already have Raven Guard. But I don't know if I want to do that. I've already got the Raven Guard, and them, when you paint them, they're basically pure black, which that's kind of why I chose them for my first chapter too. I mean, I like their lore. I like Corvus or Corax and all that too, and the lore behind them. But at the same time, I thought, it wouldn't be bad to paint an army of them since they're kind of all black. And they look fine. I like them. I enjoy them. But I wanted to try painting a different chapter, especially with the kill team. You only have 7 figures here where you need to paint. And I mean, if I like it, I can always expand them. But if not, then I didn't put too much effort into it. All right, that one didn't seem to have as many pieces or something. It went cleaned up a lot faster. Putting these together is kind of like Legos. That's what it reminds me of. Oh, okay. I wonder what that pig was for. Just to plug his chainsword in. Hmm. Now that part there might need glue. Well, I mean, maybe not. It's fine. I was gonna say maybe you need to glue that one, but It don't look too bad. I saw the one YouTuber, he was doing these, and he was going to take them off of the bases to put them on clear bases, which they kind of have them sculpted into these, and the feet are part of the mold here. So to me, I think that'd be kind of a challenge to take them off and keep them looking good. Chuck, painting what we're interested in does make a world of difference. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have to be interested in it. Sometimes doing a commission, I've painted some where I wasn't really feeling it, and it just takes the fun out of it. Then it becomes a chore. It's not something that you can enjoy. Well, there's 4 more of these guys left. I don't know if I can get many more of them tonight. I'm going to see. It's been about 40 minutes. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to stop there. I'll save these other ones. Maybe do another live stream and get them done, or just kind of do them whenever I'm hanging out watching YouTube videos or something like that. But yeah, there's still 4 more to go. Yeah, I want to get my Nurgle guys painted up and then show off the squad of them, which this is the Nurgle guy that I finished painting up and did a video on him. But I've always loved Nurgle. He's one of my favorite ones. Probably Slaanesh is probably my first favorite, and then Nurgle would be my second. But I like the colors on him. I like the greens, the dirtiness to them. I mean, you can kind of slop them together. You can slop the paint together, and it comes out fine because it's Nurgle. I mean, the dirtier the better. But yeah, I really like how this guy came out, and I'm looking forward to painting up the other ones of this and showing them off. So, all right, with that, I think I'm gonna call it a night, and I want to thank everybody for watching and those who dropped in, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll talk to you later. Bye.